File extensions can be used to identify the type of data format. The question is whether the identification can be automated. When files are loaded into the data grid, their file type can be loaded as a metadata attribute. The attribute can be queried to find all files with a given file type. The metadata can also be searched to find files that have an obsolete file type. The microservice MSI set data type, data ID, path type, and status, can be used to store the file type in the persistent state attribute data type name. The input parameters are the data ID, star data ID, the path to the file, star path, and the file type, star type. If the file type is known, it can be set directly. If the file type is not known, it will have to be found from the file extension or from a procedure that recognizes magic numbers within files. There is a microservice that can extract the extension from the end of a file, MSI split path by key, star file, star delimiter, star head, star extension. When the MSI split path by key operates, it uses the delimiter to separate the head, star head, from the extension, star extension. There is a policy function that will extract the extension directly called ext. Consider the following code. This extracts the extension .ex2 from the file file.ex1.ex2. The code has star test is equal to the file name, MSI split path by key, star test dot star head star type will split file.ex1 from ex2. We then output the head and the type of the file. The second example uses the policy function ext. Star type 1 equals ext of star test. This also looks for the characters after the last dot in the file name and allows you then to print out the file name and its type. The policy ext is listed here. Given an input file name star p, you trimmed on the right from the dot onwards. If the new version of the trimmed file equals the old version, then there's no extension. Otherwise, the extension is the substring of the file star p, starting at locations of the length of star b plus 1 to the end of the file. Both examples use a period as a delimiter to decide which part of the file name is an extension. The ability to extract a data type from a file extension can be combined with the ability to set the data type name as a persistent state attribute on a file. To do this for all files in a collection, select a collection, loop over all the files, extract the file extension from each file name, and load the file extension into data type name. The extraction and setting of the data type is implemented in the rule odum set data type, which is shown here. The rule is available at lifelib zone home rw more rules odum set data type.r. The rule sets a collection name, which is a relative collection name added to your home directory. It checks that this collection exists. It constructs a query to retrieve the data file name, the collection name, and the data ID for all sub-collections within the specified collection. It loops over the results set. It extracts the file name and the collection name. It constructs the path name to the file by using the collection name / file name. It retrieves the object ID. It then splits the path using a period as the delimiter into a head and a type. It sets the data type on the file and writes an output to the screen stating that the path name has data type star type, and then loops over all of the files that were found. Take 7 minutes to complete exercise 75. Run a rule to set data type name for files in a collection. This defines the data type. Use the rule lifelib zone home rw more rules odum set data type.r. Please load a paragraph describing your result into the lifetime library in the subcollection class INLS 624 by the end of today's class.